So, today we're going to talk about a book that doesn't just want to critique our world, it wants to completely redesign it. This is our explainer on Curtis Gordon's really ambitious book, Generational Wealth Revolution.
I mean, just look at the subtitle. It says it all, right? This isn't just some academic paper. It's presented as a literal blueprint, a set of plans to rebuild our world for prosperity, peace, and unity. And that really gets to the core question the whole book is asking. What if we could just start over, redesign the whole thing from the ground up? What would that even look like? Well, this book is one big attempt to answer that. Okay, but before you can build something new, you have to know exactly what's wrong with the old one. So the first part of this blueprint is all about diagnosing the deep cracks that the book sees in our current global system. The whole thing kicks off with a really powerful argument. We're surrounded by signs of wealth, the stock market, new gadgets, but for billions of people, that prosperity is basically an illusion. It's like a mirage in the desert. You can see it, but you can never, ever reach it. And this isn't just a feeling. The book brings the receipts. It points to this staggering number from the World Inequality Report 2026, 75%. That's how much of all the wealth on the planet is owned by just the top 10%, 3/4 of everything. And then you flip that coin over, and wow, this is the other side of the story. That same report, it shows that the entire bottom half of the world's population, we're talking billions of people, they hold just 2% of the wealth. Seeing these two numbers side by side, that's the entire foundation for the book's argument. So, how does this actually show up in our day-to-day lives? Well, the book points right to the workplace. This number, 285 to 1, that's the average pay gap between a CEO and their typical worker in S&P 500 companies in 2024. And get this, in some companies that number is more like 600 to 1. Now this chart, this one's a big deal. It shows that since the late 70s, worker productivity has just skyrocketed. We're creating way more value than ever before. But at the same time, pay for the median worker has barely moved. The book calls this the great decoupling. So all that new wealth being created, it's just not going to the people doing the work. Okay, so if the system is designed to funnel wealth to the very top, what do you do about it? Well, the book's answer isn't to just make a few tweaks. It argues we have to completely rewrite the basic roles of how wealth works. Gordon's blueprint isn't just one single fix. It's more like a three-part engine. And it's really crucial to see how these three ideas, mandatory profit sharing, employee share allocation, and universal basic income, are all designed to work together. So the first gear in this engine is super direct. It's a law that would require large companies to share 20% of their profits and share them equally,